Hi, Taiping Rebellion, also known as the Taiping Revolution, was a massive and devastating conflict that took place in China from 1850 to 1864. This rebellion took more lives than the World War I. Let's get started. The mid-19th century was a tumultuous period in China, marked by economic hardship, social unrest, and dissatisfaction with the Qing government's corruption and incompetence. The opium trade, foreign incursions, and natural disasters further fueled discontent among the population. Foreign influence was also growing in China. The First Opium War from 1839 to 1842 ended in the defeat of China at the hands of the British. It resulted in the Treaty of Nanking, which forced China to cede Hong Kong to Britain, open several ports for trade, and grant extraterritorial rights to foreigners. The Second Opium War from 1856 to 1860 was a conflict involving a coalition of Western powers, primarily Britain and France, against China. This war further weakened China's position, leading to additional concessions and the ratification of the Treaty of Tientsin. In the midst of all this, there was an ambitious man named Shu Kwan. His aim was to clear the civil service exam to have a better life. He failed multiple attempts of the exam. In 1837, Hong returned home and went to bed, complaining of sickness. In a feverish state, Hong hallucinated a journey to a heavenly land and met Jesus Christ in his dream. When he woke up, he claimed that he was the younger brother of Jesus. The villagers and his family believed he had gone insane. Over time, Hong put the incident behind him and pursued civil service exams again. In 1843, Hong read Liang's tract in which he encountered the teachings of Jesus, which changed Hong's view of Chinese society and Confucian values. Hong became convinced the father in his fever dream from years before was Jesus. Hong revealed his dream to relatives, and his message began to spread. Hong and some of his followers took to the road, selling writing ink and brushes to fund their travels. Hong returned home to support his family and work on further tracts. But his disciples still traveled, vigorously spreading his ideas and forming a group known as the God-worshipping Society. Hong started to gain thousands of followers, not because of religious teachings, but also due to his anti-government propaganda. He called for a rebellion against the government that didn't serve the interests of people and was under foreign influence. The Taiping Rebellion officially began in 1850 when Hong and his followers staged a rebellion against the Qing dynasty. The Taiping rebels were initially successful, capturing Nanjing in 1853 and establishing it as their capital. However, the rebellion quickly turned into one of the bloodiest conflicts in history. After an attempt to seize Beijing was repelled, Hong chose to cease conquest and concentrate on building an administration in Nanjing. The Taiping held Nanjing for 11 years. Hong stepped back from most secular matters of governance, leaving that work to others who soon slipped into decadence that conflicted with Taiping religious ideals. One of these, the channeler Yang Shuqing, claimed that God wanted Hong dead. The plot was thwarted, Yang was beheaded, and his family members slaughtered. The Taiping forces, organized into a disciplined army, launched campaigns throughout southern China, gaining control over large territories. They aimed to expand their influence and implement radical social reforms. Western powers had strategic interests in maintaining a stable China to ensure a favorable balance of power in East Asia. The potential for a power vacuum or the establishment of a government hostile to foreign interests in China was a concern for Britain and France. British and French launched military campaigns in support of the Qing dynasty. It involved the deployment of troops, naval forces, and military technology. Western military advisors were sometimes engaged to train and assist Qing forces in their fight against the Taiping rebels. While both Britain and France supported the Qing dynasty against the Taiping rebels, their military involvement was not entirely coordinated. Each nation pursued its own objectives and negotiated separate agreements with the Qing government. The intervention reinforced the notion of foreign interference and exploitation, contributing to a sense of national humiliation in China. When Second Opium War broke out, Hong believed Western governments sympathized with his movement, and he tried to make overtures to them, but European forces eventually aided the Qing government in seizing back what the Taiping had conquered. The Taiping Kingdom gradually started to decline. The areas controlled by the Taiping rebels experienced famine and widespread disease. The difficult living conditions, coupled with the military defeats, contributed to a decline in the rebel forces. Nanjing, Taiping's capital, became the focal point of the conflict. In 1864, Qing forces, with the assistance of foreign-trained Chinese forces, laid siege to Nanjing. The city fell after a prolonged siege, leading to the capture and death of the Taiping leader, Shu Kwan. Hong was found dead in May 1864, believed to have been poisoned, though it's unknown whether it was suicide or assassination. The Taiping occupiers were massacred, with some gathering in crowds and immolating themselves. With this, Taiping Rebellion came to an end, and the Qing dynasty regained all the lost territories. But the Taiping Rebellion is believed to have claimed between 20 million and 70 million lives, making it one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. That's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There will be more informative videos like this in the future, so stay tuned.